I won't go into the history. I'm telling you what we are discussing now. We are discussing a mandate to negotiate as broad and as deep a relationship as possible with the United Kingdom, and we hope that we'll be able to succeed within this year. It's a very busy timetable, of course, because this transition period is now running to its end at the end of this year. It could, as you know, be prolonged by 1 year or 2 years, but I understand the United Kingdom does not want any prolongation, so we have to do as much as we can before the end of the year.
The British negotiator David Frost made it crystal clear in Brussels earlier this week that the UK government simply does not want alignment. Isn't the reality that the Europeans, that you are shifting the goalposts in wanting a very tough series of level playing field arrangements that were taken out of the deal in October?
No, I don't think we are shifting the goalposts. We have said all the time that in order to have as close cooperation that we would like to have on a free trade and so on, we also need to have similar conditions for in the United Kingdom and a level playing field, as you say. We think this is the right thing. We have said so for a long time. We had it in the political declaration, and we think this is a proper aim for us, and we will persist in that, I believe.
But isn't the point that in October the revised deal made the level playing field arrangements pretty weak, unenforceable, the same as what Japan and Canada have been offered by the EU? Why are the Europeans reneging on this now?
No, we are not changing. We have always felt there is a relationship between how much of a level playing field there will be and how close the relationship can be. We would like to have as close a relationship as possible and as level playing field as possible. That's a simple logic from our side, and I don't think there's been any shift in that view.
What exactly are you and the EU scared of as regards an independent UK? Are you scared of what the competition might be?
I wouldn't use the word scared, but we want to avoid a situation where the United Kingdom, by lowering standards, by having another tax system, by having other rules when it comes to competition, will be competing with unfair conditions with us who are so close to you on the other side of the English Channel. And that is, it's not a scare, but it's a fair description. If you want to have a closer relationship, you must also have as level a playing field as possible. That's our view.
Do you still trust that the United Kingdom will enforce all that's been agreed as regards Northern Ireland?
I trust that if what the United Kingdom has agreed to, the United Kingdom will also fulfill. I'm sure that we will have a relationship of trust between the UK and the European Union. It would be wrong to assume anything else.
And so neither side, as far as you're saying, has moved away from the commitments made in October, neither the EU nor the UK? Because it looks like that.
You asked me about trust. Well, I'm trying to explain to you that in our view, there is a need for a level playing field in order to have a closer relationship in trade and other arrangements with the United Kingdom. And that is our goal, and we will work for that.
So if the UK, as it has done, says no alignment and no enforceable level playing field, are we not heading for some sort of trade war by the end of the year?
I'm not looking at a trade war by the end of the year. I'm looking for a negotiation that hasn't even started, that will start on the 2nd of March, and where we will have a very clear signal that if we're going to have a closer relationship, we will also need to have a level playing field. I won't judge the outcome of that before I see it.
But the consequences of rejecting a strong level playing field will be tariffs on either side of the channel. That's clear, isn't it?
Well, it's clear to me that if you don't accept the idea of a level playing field, it will be much more difficult to have a close and broad relationship.
And are you confident that these negotiations will yield a deal by the end of the year?
I hope so. I'm not sure. We have no guarantees that it will happen. And it is a very tight schedule. But I certainly hope, and I know that our negotiator will do his best to make that possible.
And if necessary, you on the EU side are prepared for the consequences of no trade deal by the end of this year?
We always have to be prepared for alternatives, but we wish to have an agreement.
Sweden's